Got the thirsty readers today. Today is a commitment day, guys. This was a hard one to record, but we're recording it. That's for reals right now. Lindsey, how are you doing?
Fantastic.
So yeah, this is my name is Julia. We got Lindsey here. Today we're reviewing The Sea of Strangers, Poetry and Prose by Lang Leave. And we are also reviewing what drink?
We are reviewing Chai Solstice from Anderson Valley Brewing Company, all the way in, is it Boonville, California, Northern California.
I see a moose bear on this bad boy.
Yeah. So
I've never seen one of those in the wild. I'm gonna be honest, guys, I'm a little nervous. I've never had this before. And chai, usually when I drink it, makes me feel like I'm drinking my bathwater.
Really?
Yes!
I love chai. Why didn't you tell me that when I picked the drink?
Because I want you to be a free human.
Okay, I feel free. And let's crack it open.
Yeah, let's see what this is all about. It's in a can, by the way, not obviously a bottle. Oh, see, now it doesn't smell. It actually smells pretty good.
So before we get into it.
Oh, sorry. What do you got for me?
So this beer advocate, I have a knowledgeable coworker that told me to check things out in Beer Advocate.
Okay.
He said it was a good website, so I did my research.
Wow.
And some people said mild residual sweetness with a lingering bitter/spicy dryness.
Okay, that sounds like they were really into it.
Somebody said a really weird beer here, very autumnal. Autumnal. Like autumn? Is the N silent?
Autumnal.
I think he means like the season. Like
Whatever.
autumnal. Cheers!
Cheers. That sounds like one of those buzzwords, dude. It smells way better than normal chai that I taste, by the way.
It's a lot worse than I was expecting.
Really? I don't hate it. I mean, I know you could be a haterade, but I'm not a hater today. Are you a hater? I'm not a hater today.
So, I was expecting chai, which is one of my jams. It's definitely not.
It's not chai, and that's why maybe I like it.
Yeah. I taste like pepper, which is not bad.
It smells definitely like a beer.
Now that I'm beyond my expectations, it's actually not bad.
Well, the aftertaste isn't as killer as, like, some other drinks are. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
This beer has absolutely nothing to do with the book that we've chosen.
Dude, I feel like this whole night has nothing to do with this book I've chosen, Sea of Strangers. So we will get to this book, but can I just do a little backstory right now?
Yeah, because I could tell you really needed this beer because I did not hear from you all evening. I knew you were planning to come over at 8. You never texted me to confirm you were on your way. I never heard from you. And I'm like, are we still doing our pod tonight? Where's my pod partner at?
Dude,
and then I get a picture sent, and you're in the hospital? What happened?
Yep. So, guys, today was a good day. I'm just going to start off with that.
Up until the hospital?
No, I will say today was a good day because hear me out on this one. So, I got up early this morning, I made my coffee, I had my glasses of water, I did my yoga this morning, I was feeling good. I even did my little Japanese lesson, we were great. Went to work, doing great, getting a lot of work done, working hard, told my pod partner, I'll see you later, I'll text you, because I'm annoying, obviously, because Lindsey's like, dude, I haven't heard from you, so either Julia's dead or something happened.
I legit thought something was wrong.
I was like, wow, damn, I am so annoying. Especially with those gifts. Anyways, guys, so today was a good day because we had a tornado in Michigan a couple weeks ago. Or, like, sort of a tornado-ish, whatever. Wind.
Oh, there was a tornado. It touched down, like, no more than 10 miles away.
Anyways, so it had taken out my lights on my porch. A couple lights. Threw them around and whatever. It kind of, like, messed up my porch. And so it got really warm for the tornado, and then it's been cold these last couple days, so I'm like, dude, I do not want to clean my porch. Tonight was the day, tonight was the night I was going to clean my porch.
You like to set goals, and you go for them.
Go for the gold, yeah? And so, for some reason, my main focus tonight was trying to get my garden, trying to break it down, get it all ready, sweep my deck, But I made a mistake.
Because we live in Michigan. That's why you wanted to take care of your plants.
Yeah, I took one step. Literally, I'm not even lying. One step out of my balcony. The largest shard of light bulb just went straight through my foot.
Oh, no.
Just straight through my foot, bro. And you know what's so crazy is, like, I wasn't expecting it to happen so much so that I literally just, like, looked at it and I was like, wow, dude, that just happened. Like, that just happened. And I just went back inside, and then that's when there was just blood everywhere, dude. And I was, like, nowhere near my bathroom. My cat was there. I was just, like, bleeding all the way there, dude. It was pretty hard. It was pretty rough. But it didn't even hurt. I was
really?
like, this is awesome. I literally, you know what I also discovered tonight? You know, like, how you have, like, a basket somewhere in your house. Somewhere in this house, Lindsey. We're in Lindsey's house.
There's 15 baskets.
Okay, there's 15, but there's probably one that has a majority of, like, what you think is good medical supplies.
Yeah.
Like, what you have assumed. Like, you're like, can't get rid of this. I may need this one day.
Yep.
Totally me. I've had it since I was in college, dude. Took that out today. Found out it's just a sack of garbage, basically. Like, oh my gosh. Was shit.
Oh my
All
God.
my rubber gloves broke.
Oh my God.
I'm like, dude, do I have any triple antibiotic cream? None. You know, I have like a roll of one that's been crusted over. Anyways, I was doing fine. I got myself into the tub. I was chilling there, washed it out with soap, and then I was assessing the damage, and I'm like, first off, I'm pissed. Because I wanted to roller skate tonight. It's 80 degrees right now in Michigan. Wanted to roller skate. And I was even like, dude, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to go skating. I can do it. Okay?
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely, bro. I said, nobody's going to stop me today, bro. I woke up early. Anyways, yeah, it didn't work out. I started looking at it and started Googling if I needed stitches. And they said if you could see inside and see some, like, fat stuff, you had to get stitches. So
It's pretty nasty.
I wrapped that bad boy up the best I could. Took a couple extra towels. That's why you steal towels from the YMCA, actually.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, no,
I would never
don't
steal
go
them,
away.
but if I had them in my house, I may or may not have used them for my cut.
Yeah.
So, yeah, anyways, waited for my fiance to get home, Justin, and I had to get stitches in my foot, guys.
How many?
I think she said 7 stitches.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah.
So you are committed to this podcast.
I'm pretty committed.
This is Commitment Monday.
She was kind of scaring me when she was all like, you know, listen, bro, I'm broke as a joke, guys. So she's like, you could get an x-ray, but that's going to cost you extra money. And that's when I knew the doctor was MVP, because we can't be spending extra money here in America.
Hell no.
And I was like, all right, so there may or may not be extra glass on my foot. Doesn't matter. I said, what are you going to do about it if I don't get the x-ray? She's like, oh, don't worry. I'll clean you out. I'll fill it up. May or may not. I'll do my best. She said, even if you have glass in your foot, I'm still going to have to sew you up tonight. So I said, you know what? We might as well send up a couple prayers and just go ahead.
Yeah. That's the route I would have taken too.
So yeah, I ended up just sending Lindsey a text in the ER because I'm going to be honest, guys. You guys were not top of my mind when my foot was bleeding.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I felt worse if I traumatized my cat or something, dude. She's seen all
Did you
this
swear
blood.
when you stepped on the glass?
Dude, I swear I was so calm. I really thought I could pull through today. Like, I even was telling Justin, I think I could make it. And then he said no. He's like, dude, I can see straight into your foot, dude. So yeah, guys, it's right on, right below my toes, right where like the big part of like, what's it called? Like the ball of your foot, but not your heel. So, yeah.
Moral of the story, you're a slacker because your deck still looks like shit.
Dude, my deck still does look like shit. My deck still looks like shit. There's glass all over the place. Garden, pile of garbage right now. Probably won't get another warm day.
Aw, we might.
But you know what? I'm determined. I don't like when things beat me up, okay?
Yeah.
So I will probably be out there tomorrow trying to sweep it up. and telling it will not do this.
You better text my ass.
Yeah.
Tonight was hard. Okay. We are drinking the Chai Solstice from Anderson Valley Brewing Company, all the way from Boonville, California.
Well, that's pretty far away.
It is. It's in Northern California. The brewery was founded December 26, 1987, 5 days after my birth.
Did you just say 1987?
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that wild? I know I'm really old. But so is this brewery, which is the important part. Chai Solstice is 6.9% alcohol by volume. They have this beer available July through September. It has an 83% on Beer Advocate. So I'm super excited. I don't know.
And a good timing.
Yeah. So
How much did you pay for this?
I do not remember. I don't know.
Give me an estimate.
I got a 6-pack.
$8?
No, I got a 6-pack for at least $10. But
Perfect.
yeah, I'm stoked. Can's got a bear with some antlers on it. But I did my research on Anderson Valley Brewing Company. I'm down to drink their beer for the rest of my life. They, 2006, installed enough solar panels to give them 40% of the energy they use.
Wow.
And
well, good thing we're drinking it today.
I know. So, and being from Northern California, they are all about sustainability. So I'm stoked to drink this beer, Chai Solstice. We'll see how it is.
All right. Anyway, so I'm sitting in the ER this whole time. I'm trying to think how I can relate this to Sea of Strangers, our book tonight, which is what would you say, Lindsey? I'm basically saying that this is like a book of poems of like heartbreak and love and just dealing with yourself.
Yeah, it's definitely a ton of, I feel like, coming of age, love, poetry, maybe a little bit like borderline feminism.
Yeah, you know what sucks ass? Sorry guys. The stitches really hurt right now, but we're just gonna keep going. But what I'm trying to say is, what sucks ass is, I remember before I met my fiance, literally remember being in those days and being like, dude, I'm never gonna find love. This is never gonna happen, dude. And like, I feel like any date I would go on, I'd be like, oh, this is it. And then like, the guy would turn out to be a total tool bag, or he just wasn't that great. And then I'd be like, is this it? And then I'd be like, but this doesn't feel right. You know, I'd be like, this feels terrible.
Yeah.
And I feel like I totally felt her pain in this when it was like, she didn't know that she was so close. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know how close you are, like how many times you pass by your future husband without even realizing it, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't know how many times I walked past my slider door with all that glass, and then they could have got me. They got me today.
Yeah, that's wild. I don't know, it's so true. I mean, you know, Travis and I went to high school together and didn't connect till years after.
Yeah.
Like, years. I thought I was going to marry this other guy that I dated for years before Travis and I joined this co-ed volleyball league.
Oh,
and
dude, I didn't even know you played volleyball.
I love volleyball.
I love volleyball.
I'm awful, but I try really hard and I love it. Travis is really good at it. He's tall, but he's also like, this sounds really, really mean, but it's the best compliment. He is like lazy. Like, Travis is...
So he thinks smart. Like, what's the least I can do to get it correctly? Like,
not what's the least I can do. I shouldn't say he's lazy. He's just so laid back. He will come home and like I come home and I'm like, oh my God, we got to do this. Like, I'm worried about this, when it doesn't really matter. But Travis just comes home and he's like, it was a good day. We got a good life. I'm going to lay back, watch a movie. And I'm just like doing whatever around the house, like really not accomplishing anything.
This is saying a lot about your volleyball skills, actually. I'm beginning to see it.
But Travis is so good at every single thing that he does, volleyball being one of them. He is so good at, like, curling is, I don't know why that comes to mind. Some random sport.
Like your hair or?
No, like the sport.
Oh, the sport. Okay, sorry.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Is that the Swiffer Duster?
I think so. If you gave him whatever he needs to do that sport without even giving him like an hour to practice, he would dominate. That's how he lives his life. He's just good at everything. Because he's just like talented. And he just focuses and he knows what needs to be done. I don't have that talent in me. But anyways, yes, we met. Yeah, I was just like totally had my whole future planned out with my ex-boyfriend. And then I was like, wow, that I do not think is the future that I want.
Yeah. And
so we broke up. And then no more than a month later, I like knew Travis was the one.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
And I did not, I don't know. I broke up with the ex because I was just like, we've been together so long and I'm super young and I just feel like I need to just like do my own thing. And then doing my own thing ended up being meeting Travis.
Yeah.
And I did not see it
that's
coming.
even crazy, like getting that thought, you know? That thought is pretty wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's what's so weird is like love comes in so many different forms too. It's like sometimes we don't, that was a good point you made, you know, sometimes we don't always see it until it's like right in front of our faces. And sometimes I think, especially as a female, but I could be wrong, but I feel as if a female, I was raised in a pretty strict household that I was supposed to just find love, and so I was like on the MFing hunt for it, you know?
Yeah.
And like every time it didn't go right, I was just like,
disappointed in yourself.
Or just like disappointed like at this lie someone told me, you know? Like, you know, love isn't perfect and it's gonna hit you when it hits you, and you know, at the end of the day too, you gotta love yourself, you know? Mm-hmm. It's a whole other form of love.
Well, somebody, this was a friend of mine back in the day. We were servers together, and she's like, you can't just look for the person that you really like. She's like, you have to look for the person that really likes things about you that you don't know about yourself.
Yeah.
Like
that's huge.
When you meet them, you'll know, because they'll see things in you that you're like, holy crap, I didn't even know I was like that, and you love that part about me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes, no, I agree with that, and that's a good point.
But anyways, this book, all about it.
I was going to crack it open. We were bringing up so many good points. I didn't want to...
I know. So, she's an international best-selling author. I think her last name is pronounced Liav.
Oh,
Liav.
I'm sorry.
Lang Liav.
Wow, dude.
I don't know if that is correct. Lang Liav.
Lang Liav, I'm really sorry. And I did see your book at Barnes & Noble, and I picked it up.
She's from Thailand. She was born in a Thai refugee camp.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say is, you know, the book does start off... Damn it, I messed up her name. Anyways, sorry about that. But the book starts off as, like, for Michael, you, me, and the sea. So I was like... My first bookmark is who dis? You know, like, who is Michael?
I feel like her...
it's her husband. It says at the end.
It does. Alert. Okay, I was going to say, I feel like her partner's name is Michael.
Yeah, it says in the end about the author. Give me a second. It says, to Michael and Ollie, for all the wonderful memories we shared at our little house by the sea, I look forward to many more. So I'm assuming... Wow, maybe I shouldn't have assumed. I could have swore I read that somewhere. That he's an author, too.
He is.
She currently resides in New Zealand with her partner and fellow author, Michael.
Yep.
So, partner. Sorry, not husband. Wow.
I love this book.
Messing up. So, first off, can I just say why I suggested this book is I saw it in Barnes & Noble, and it was sitting on a shelf, and I just thought it was the coolest. I was just automatically drawn to it. I said, dude, I want to see it. I want to read it. I bought it off rip. I didn't know who she was. I didn't know anything about the author. I just thought, let's do it. I don't even care. What did you think about the very first poem, which literally is Sea of Strangers? Like the first. Did you think anything of that? The original? She's got an original poem in here called Sea of Strangers.
I don't know. I love it.
Yeah, I liked it. I think it led you in nicely. There's a lot on the moon in here, the sun, the sea, a lot of aspects that she kind of pulls in that I think she does a really good job with that, like, are so obvious that you wouldn't see them until somebody were to say it. Like, she said, one of my favorite quotes in here is, like, you know, the sun, the moon, nobody has to tell the moon that she's already full or that she's all, you know, and I was like, wow, you know, I was like, damn, that's so simple. I was like, but that was just so beautiful right there. So do you have any of your favorites? It's like, where do you want to start? Because I do have a couple. What about, like, pages 1 through 20? Do you have any pulled apart?
So, well, 1 through 20. Let me see. 1 through 50? Okay, I was going to say. So, she has a poem by the sea.
What page is that?
Page 39.
Dang, you're way far out of me.
They say that those who live by the ocean are waiting for something.
Yeah, you pointed that quote out, and I was curious about that because, I mean, it didn't resonate with me, so I was just curious why it resonated with you.
I don't know. I love it. And I think I love it more than just because it doesn't necessarily have to be about love.
If you live by
you know what I mean? I don't know. Because I feel like that's...
Tell you what, you're waiting for those exports, imports, dude.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Well, that's part of the allure of the ocean, is you can just look out and it's never ending.
That's scary.
You know? That's why people are drawn to it. Am I right? They don't know what's down there. So, I just really like that.
You know, I thought... So, can I back it up before we hit that one?
Mm-hmm.
So, backing it up, I really like... I know I'm, like, really stuck in the beginning, but I promise this is, like, my only poem other than the Sea of Strangers in the beginning. It's called New Beginnings on page 5. And one of my favorite lines that she's got in here is... This is a great one for us.
I wonder if we highlighted the same thing.
Is it, I have learned to stop saying yes and when I didn't mean it. Yes. I was like, you know, that's so wild, dude.
To live as authentically as I know how.
Yeah, and I think, like, the older you get, it's just like you gotta cut the crap, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I used to run around and think about things all the time. But now it's like, dude, I want to do what I want to do.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, bro, I could be gone tomorrow. So why am I trying to say yes to somebody that I don't give a shit about?
Right? Yeah.
I don't know. That's how I feel.
I agree. And I think that's why, like, most of the things I highlighted, honestly, don't even have anything to do with love or, you know.
Yeah. I
they just make you think.
You know, the note that I wrote with this is, like, one of my therapists once told me, you know, you can change your life in 365 days. Like, think back to a year, totally different place. And that's why I was like, damn, you know, 365 days, do one thing a day, you're going to be gone.
Mm-hmm.
To wherever you want to go. I mean, maybe not all the way, but somewhere.
It's possible.
Okay, wait, so you said 30, I'm trying to do these in order. So your next one was on 39, right?
Yep.
So I got one before that, page 33.
Okay.
An impossible ideal. This one I just wanted to hook up because I think this author does such a great job in such few words. She can hit you with something that could make you think about 1,000 times longer it took you to read the poem. And so an impossible ideal, I said it was funny, it says, you know, men don't compare us with other women, they compare us with an ideal. I mean, I hate to say, like, this isn't obvious, but I think it's something, like, to be reminded of constantly is, like, it's impossible, like, especially on a standard of women. You know, I don't know, it really hit me. It hit me for a long time that I think people should always be reminded of.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to say?
I don't know.
Obviously, Lindsay's perfect. Leave her alone.
I'm not.
I'm sorry.
When I'm silent, that means I agree. You know I'm going to voice my opinion if I feel differently.
I'm going to say 35, page 35. Also, a really great line that we also needed to underline. It says, let go of ones who take so much from you and offer nothing in return.
Preach.
Boom, boom, pow, dude.
See, this stuff, like, I love and appreciate because it has nothing to do with love. It just is
true.
Words to live by.
Well,
I mean, it's going to resonate differently with each different person because people, like, take things in differently.
Yes.
People handle things differently. Probably even you and I could have some of the same favorite quotes, but for completely different reasons.
Right. No, I would completely agree with that. I guess that's where Sea of Strangers is. Like like every single podcast, we just keep going back to the same thing, is all you can be is responsible for yourself. And I don't know what Lindsay's doing at the end of the day. She doesn't know that I'm breaking my foot at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So, see, as strangers, literally, you're put on this earth with literally the sea of people that you don't know what's real or fake or whatever. Which I don't know.
Yeah. So, before we get too far, page 31.
What you got at 31?
There are days when the melancholy settles on you like a sudden change in weather.
Oh, so
is that not...
You pulled out that one, too.
Is that not so true? And it has nothing to do with love. Like, if there's just something weighing on you, whether it be finances or somebody's health.
Yeah.
Or just something you're responsible for, you feel like you're not doing your best job, if you're worried about somebody. It's just...
That was a really good sentence.
That's the truest thing I've ever read.
Well, it's rough because, the next sentence after that is like, the kind of sadness is intangible. And it's like... I've had those days where you just sit there and you're just like, damn, you're just so in your feelings. And
it's hard.
You just can't get out of them,
Exactly. Like, how, honestly, sometimes the only way I can get out of it is just to go to sleep. And then I wake up the next day and I'm like, okay, I feel like a new person. Yeah. I needed this, 8 hours ago when I was trying to sleep.
Right.
But...
Keeps you up at night.
Yeah.
All right, what you got? My next one's on 51.
So... I found...
What's your next one?
My next one is on 51.
Okay, what you got on 51?
Don't let them tell you that your pain should be confined to the past, that it bears no relevance to the present. Your pain is part of who you are.
I did like that one. And, that's what I was saying is, every single person in this world has a story. Now, whatever that may be, obviously mine's going to be different than Paris Hilton. But I'm sure there are days where Paris Hilton has a bad day. Now, she happens to have a lot more money than me, but which can solve some problems, but it doesn't solve all the problems. And so that's why I thought that one hit pretty hard. And I feel like that's where, on some of these, after we read them, it's not that we don't have anything to say on them, it's just the words have said them so nicely for us that I don't have to really say anything other than, pay attention. This is what I want right here.
Right, yeah. And I feel like as you go through these poems...
Yeah.
You might take something one way, and then if you were to read the book the next, even a month later, your perspective would be totally different. At least mine would be.
Oh,
I feel like however I interpret these poems, it's totally based on my mood, what's going on in my life. So if we ever read another of her books of poetry, I wonder if we'll feel the same way. I don't know.
I did hear... You know what's so crazy is, before, like I said, I just picked up this book randomly, and I thought, what a great book, I want it. And I found out that, one of her first books was called Sad Girls.
Yeah.
And I feel like I was going through a really rough patch when I picked it up. That's something about picking up a book and just saying that you're going to give yourself some time to be with yourself and with one other person who wrote this book is kind of a way I heal. And when I learned that, I was like, dude, I was such a sad little sap when I picked this up that I'm like, it's so crazy how that happened to me.
Yeah. I'm after reading all her poems in this book, I'm curious to know what her fictional writing is like. We'll have to read.
Does she have fictional writing?
Yep, she's got 2 novels. One actually, I feel like one just came out.
Because she talks about being an author and also being a poem writer in here a little bit.
Yeah.
She does talk on writing, and that is crazy. I'm not a writer, but I think sometimes
But you love writing.
Yeah, I do like writing, and I'm sure you even heard someone say this before, but... So I went to school for advertising, and you can be a couple things when you want to be in advertising or marketing or whatever, and... I always got so agitated. So I wanted to be a copywriter. Always wanted to be a copywriter. I've told people I want to be a copywriter. But, in my class, everybody wanted to be a copywriter. And I'm not trying to diss everybody, but I'm out here bro, what are you doing to heighten your skills? And when someone would be like, oh, I played video games while I was writing, I mean, sure, that might really work for you. But I just was I get so agitated. And lo and behold, how many of those people were writing? Damn, I'm not even writing for my job. No one in my class is writing. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I'm just people sometimes think that just because they know the alphabet, they can write something. I'm like, dude, sometimes that pisses me off. You know, not saying I'm definitely not the first person to raise my hand when you say, "Oh, who's a good writer in here?" But
right. Well,
how do you feel about it? Do you think a lot of people think that they can just be like, "I'm gonna jump in"?
No, I don't feel that way. I feel it goes back to perspective. I mean, somebody could read this book that you and I both, or I don't want to speak for you.
Go ahead.
I love this book.
Oh yeah, I like it.
I feel like if there was another type of person that was educated or called themselves a writer or loved to read, they could read this book and hate it. Just think like, wow, she's not even...
She's just singing gibberish, you know what I mean? Or something.
It's perspective.
Yeah.
It's same with like abstract art or any type of art. You could have two totally different people and that one could hate it and one could be like, this is the best piece of art I've ever seen. It's just perspective and mood, and there are so many just moving pieces that go into how somebody might appreciate or not appreciate something. Like, this book was perfect timing for me. I loved it.
Yes, and I think it's even crazier because, like, we've felt this way before. Like, let's just be honest. Like, you felt small before.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
because, like, first off, me and Lindsey are both, under, 5'6"?
Yeah, I'm 5'4".
See? We're under 5'5". We're 5'5" and below. And, you know what I mean? Like, we've felt small before. And that's why I feel like, I think, Lindsey, you're pretty good. I think you're a really good writer. Thanks. And the things you say are pretty funny. And that's what I'm...
Is it because bad things happen to me and I laugh about it because I have no other option?
Well, that's a good thing. Mark Twain has said that before. I'm pretty sure it's Mark Twain. But what I was trying to say is you're just an observer, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like there's people that just walk around and throw stuff around. But, anyways, what's your next one, man?
Let me see.
Because I got my next one's on 53 that I stopped on. I only got 3 more, guys.
Let me see here. I feel like, is that not weird that we're... The same lines, I feel like, so far have stood out to us.
Let's just say me and Lindsey are broken. Okay.
We're both so sad. I want to go back, actually. I feel like I've missed some. Let's see, we talked about the ocean. We just did 51, though. Yeah, I know.
Your strength one.
I feel like there were some before that I...
Okay.
I know, we moved too fast.
Oh, shit, I underlined that one.
So this... All I want now is a rainy day, a roaring fire, you and I talking about how quickly the time has gone. That probably means totally different things to you and I.
Yeah, that didn't pull out to me, but it pulled out to you.
It pulled out to me because I literally, like, dream of sitting around the fire with Travis.
Sorry, I was mouthing that you have a nice fancy cottage.
No, we don't.
Sorry. I meant, like, Lindsey does like nature. She hangs out at this cool cottage.
Our fire pit's in the backyard.
Oh. Well, never mind, guys. Lindsey just wants to hang out at the fire pit.
I think it's because I have Ayla and Sam.
Yeah.
Not that you don't want the best for Gracie. I'm sure.
Come on, guys. I only got, like, 10 years or less on that little baby.
But I think it is different because Travis and I have watched these two little people. And, like, 5 years from now, it's going to be totally weird looking back at all the things that they've accomplished. And
yeah, I'm sure it's probably going to be weird because you're, like, running around right now.
It's wild. It's insane.
And in 18 years, you're going to literally be, like, chilling, and they're going to be the people running around.
Right. It's not hard. I'm not complaining about parenting, but I think even some days we don't realize it until the end of the night. It's just, like, no complaints, but there is not enough time in the day.
Right.
We did not do the dishes. We did not do that laundry because there's just not time. And I'm not like Travis.
For that pickup volleyball league, dude.
Travis can, like I said, Travis can do whatever he sets his mind to, no matter what. No limit. The sky isn't even his limit. And meanwhile, I'm like, dude, I cannot do that unless I have 16 hours of sleep and 10 gallons of water. And even then, it's questionable. But that's why I think that is why that resonated with me, because...
I mean, it was a nice line, don't get me wrong. I just haven't experienced that, and that is pretty cool. I appreciate that you said that.
Do you?
Dude, my next one's on 53.
All right. Do not... Okay, this last one from me. Do not
Okay.
give away the keys to the kingdom to anyone less than a king. I think that is even... If you don't respect somebody 100%, don't let them be your truest friend.
No, I get that. No, that's true.
Like,
I
she
guess,
probably was referring to... Not to cut you off. I didn't mean
no,
to do
cut
that.
me off.
She probably was referring to... Don't let this
Sex.
guy love you. Yeah, or whatever. And
Yeah, my mom used to say some, crap, what's that thing? Don't give away the milk for free or some shit.
Oh my gosh.
Did she say that? She said, no, she said the farmer won't buy the cow if you give the milk away for free.
Oh.
That was like life lesson number 1.
That's
So
like...
yeah, that's traumatizing.
That's deep. But even in life, do you know what I mean? Don't take work advice, any advice from somebody
So
that
you
you
don't
don't
respect.
truly respect.
Yeah.
And this is like recently I've learned, you know this about me. I get pretty
Yeah.
butthurt if somebody's down on me.
Dude, I get super butthurt, bro.
And
I don't
just
show it, but I get butthurt.
just lately, I'm like, you know what? If I don't respect you, say what you want to me. I'm going to go about my day the way that I would go about my day.
Yes.
Because I really don't respect your opinion anyways.
Yeah.
And it's taken me 31 years to realize that I'm not going to make my decisions based on somebody I don't even like telling
Let me
me how to do
preface this.
something.
Let me preface this with, me and Lindsay mainly respect people who respect us. And so, if people don't give us respect back, then I have no respect to give. I'll be nice. You know, in the words of Sis's mom, I will say, you gotta be mean to each other, you ain't gotta say nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah, we just go about our lives.
Yeah, I used to be just very, I don't want to say a pushover, but I just wanted everybody happy. I wanted everybody to be cool with what I was doing. I wanted everybody to just be like, let's live in the clouds and let's eat Skittles and just dance with the
Skittles.
unicorns. Now, I'm like, hey.
I think it's an ongoing battle.
It is, but it's
Something
taken
to be
me so
constantly
long to learn that I
working on.
know how to make a good decision. I truthfully don't need somebody to validate my path. I'm going to go about my day the way I see fit, and I'm going to have full faith in the fact that I'm doing exactly what I need to do my best job. And nobody that I disrespect is going to hinder my progress.
That's really good. I'm still working on that, but I'm trying.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
I'm trying, guys.
Actually, it's you that's kind of gotten me here. Because
so?
you're so much like, I don't give a fuck.
Bro, Lindsay would be taking responsibility for everybody else's problems. And I'll be like, dude, you cannot deal with that right now. I mean, like, it would be like something else. It would be like someone else's house is on fire. I'm like, that is not your problem. You already called 911. That's all you can do.
You're so right. And it's taken me so long and your knowledge and advice to finally get to this point where I'm like, I'm good.
I'm going to be honest, it's not even my knowledge. It's actually all my fiance's knowledge.
Love Justin.
I'm
J
a-
Money is my boy. Shout out to Justin.
I'm a spaz.com. So 53, not to shift gears on you here, but this one is pretty crazy. It says, I underlined this one, and I when I was flipping through the book, I want to say in Barnes & Noble, another reason why, wow, you have a whole sticky note stuck on that page.
Yeah, it's a to-do list.
Anyway, so I put out, however, you should always bear in mind that you are only a tourist and must always remain one. Now, she is talking about that when you go into writing a subject, you are writing on a piece of pain or a piece of a lot of emotion, anger, sadness, happiness, but you can't get trapped there. And that's where she ties her last thing in, which was, what did she just say? We're made by our past, right? So that makes us who we are. But I don't carry around my past, or I try not to. Where I'm like, woe is me, all these things have happened to me, feel bad for me. But instead, it's like, it makes me stronger for who I am. But the problem is when she writes on these things, they're like really painful. Or like, have you ever sat down at night?
It takes you back.
Yeah. Or
It
like,
does.
it's like those triggering moments that just...
And you can't write or speak authentically unless you're really actually, you're thinking about it.
Yeah, or have experienced it. She said that before in the book. But I just thought that was crazy. You know, my mom used to say to me, she used to say to me, don't go in your head alone. It's a scary place in there. Because you can get lost in there, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Next thing you know, you're feeling your sad feelings, melancholy, weather.
That's right, girl.
So yeah, that was it on that one. I just thought that was really cool. I thought that one was more like on mental health, and that one was cool.
Right. And I don't know why. I don't think it's 100% relative, but have you seen the movie A Walk to Remember? It's with Mandy Moore.
Oh, that's that,
Without suffering, there would be no compassion. And then...
Dude, I'm sorry. I thought you meant Walk the Line.
Which is a good
with Johnny
movie.
Cash.
Which we cannot derail this conversation because we're onto something good. However, you bringing up Walk the Line is weird because tonight I saw that Civic Theater has a play. It's called Walk the Line, and I am I'm not obsessed, but I love Johnny Cash, and I love the movie with Joaquin Phoenix.
Okay, now he's Joker, dude.
I know.
Lost a lot of weight for that.
And I don't know how long it's playing at the Civic Theater, but I know I'm not going to have time to go see it. And
well,
it's such a missed opportunity.
Maybe we'll make it a Instagram story on Thirsty Readers. Stay tuned.
That would be awesome. I hope we can go see it. Googling it after the podcast.
Anyways, what were you going to say about something about a Walk My Life or something?
A Walk to Remember. It's about this. It's based on a book. This movie.
Jesus Christ, that was really off. Sorry.
Oh, your title of the movie?
Yeah.
It was pretty off. But yeah, it's this really, I forget like how old I am, but.
You're really not that old, Lindsey.
But this movie was really good. It's just this classic like romance novel turned movie, but she is suffering from leukemia and she meets like this, and like this popular.
Stop.
Why?
Stop. I would not have watched this movie, bro.
I gave you a disclaimer.
Bro, you just said the first sentence. Disclaimer to my audience, never gonna see this movie. Continue.
Why?
Dude,
I'm not trying to sell the movie. I don't give a shit. I'm not trying to sell the movie. I'm trying to tell you what happens. So, this popular guy in school, he's like kind of a mess up, or fuck up. And he's super popular or whatever, and he ends up falling for her and taking care of. And it's just this whole theme with, I can't remember which one of them says it, but they say, without suffering, there would be no compassion. And then the rebuttal is, we'll tell that to those who suffer. So, like I said, it does not...
Wait, take me back, bro. You're losing me. You're telling me this popular kid says, without no suffering, there wouldn't be compassion.
Without suffering, there would be no compassion. And then the rebuttal is, we'll tell that to those who suffer.
Oh, like I'm supposed to, okay. I'm sorry. It took me a minute.
Yeah.
So then the people who suffer are supposed to be happy because now I love people more.
Right, or something. I don't know. This poem,
Sorry.
This poem in Sea of Strangers made me think of it.
I really appreciate that, Lindsay.
Clearly.
I was a real loser in high school, so I really can't tell anybody taking care of people out here. But anyways.
It's a good movie. After this podcast, you should watch it. It was...
Guys, my head is a dark place.
I'm surprised you haven't heard of it.
3 days after I watched that. Alright, sorry. Continue.
I'm good. That's all I have about it.
I feel really rude. Sorry.
That's all I have on it.
Okay, what about 73? You got anything on 73?
On page 73.
What is this movie called? Walk My Life?
A Walk to Remember.
A Walk to Remember. Dude, I don't know why I can't remember that. Alright, we'll Google that along with Walk the Line after this podcast. My Life. This is what I was talking about, is I thought she did a really good job, is the moon does not need the sun to tell her she is already whole. I just wanted to point that out. Let's do a little self-love.
So I loved that page too, but it was the first line that I loved.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, I like the second line. All right, read it to me. What's first?
I will celebrate this life of mine with or without you.
Ooh.
That's just the epitome of like, you go do you. It doesn't matter to me.
Did she have a quote in here? I want to say, or maybe I was thinking about it, but I could have swore she had a quote in here that said something about like, when you're, so like, let's say you get mad at somebody, right? And we just admitted we both get butthurt, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you and me take the problem back home with us and think about it for 7 hours, but does the person who is also mad, did they take it home, or did they forget about it?
Probably not.
Exactly. And anyways, the light, it's going to move on with or without you.
Yep. Truth.
All right, what you got next?
I honestly just stopped highlighting it because I found every other page. I was just like, okay, I can relate. Okay, I can relate. Okay.
I really liked 19. It's called Goddess. I think I just 19 is Goddess. It's just the same thing. It's like
119?
Yeah, 119, sorry. 119, it's just like loving yourself, no matter like who you are or what you come from, like as a kid, this is gonna sound crazy and like really cocky, but it really isn't. But you know what? I used to like sit in my room. I used to have this like big mirror on my like wall, and I used to sit in front of it. And I used to just like whenever I was like pissed off at my situation, I would just like sit in front of it and I would tell myself like, "You're gonna be something better than this," And like so when she was like, you don't have any idea how much power you had. I don't know what made me do that as a kid, but I always thought that was, like, pretty crazy, and I feel like this poem right here took me back to, like, wow, dude.
Yeah.
We all have it in us, and it's funny because, like, I almost need to do that more today than when I did it when I was a kid.
I know. Well, because now we see now.
And it's like you, but I have blossomed.
I mean, innocence is bliss, and kids are the epitome of innocence, and I feel like that just... it decreases steadily as you grow up. But there's no more. We see everything now. We're completely aware of the situation.
Yeah.
Especially, I overanalyze everything.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Therapy does a wonder on you guys. Makes
Does
you
it?
really rethink about things. Rethink about your whole childhood. Yeah. Just took out my last one. I just took it out. I just took out my bookmark.
Dude, I feel like in this book, if you open it to any random page, you're going to see something you like.
So this is my last one, guys. And it's not that I didn't like the other ones, but it's on page 151. It's Who You Love. And this was a tough one. I feel like...
what does it say?
So I really just highlighted this whole box right here. And it says, the dream you choose to give up on, or the one that you were coaxed into following.
That's a double-edged sword.
Who you love and who loves you back determines so much in your life. And determines practically, I hate to say it, but who you are.
Mm-hmm.
I just pulled that one out. I just thought that was a good one to end on. Like, for me, I just thought that one was crazy because, through my whole experience of being engaged to Justin, it always has been kind of a what if, I've stepped away from a lot of parts of my life to be with my fiance, and some could say I've stepped out of who I was, right? Or who I once was. But the other part of me loves my current life, and so that's when she says what life I was coaxed to be versus, like, what life I was really supposed to lead. Like, that's all I knew when I was a kid. That's what I was supposed to be.
I get it.
I feel like I'm repeating myself.
No, that makes so much sense. You were genuinely coaxed into being...
Yeah, like, I was supposed to be this, like, housewife, fucking, I don't know. And so that meant a lot. And, it is be careful who you love out there and who you give your love to, because, that...
You are who you surround yourself with.
Yeah. Ain't that the truth.
Mm-hmm. Ain't that the truth.
You got anything else you want to say on this book?
No, I love it. I love this book. I think, we were talking about it a little bit earlier. You could interpret it differently.
Yeah, for sure.
Every time you read it. Depends on your mood and what's going on in your life.
I thought, sorry to cut you off, I thought for a book of poems and prose, this was good. I've read a lot of poetry before, and maybe it's her age or maybe she's experienced, but sometimes poetry doesn't have a lot of weight to it, and this has got a lot of weight to it. right here.
For sure. Strings was one of my favorites. Some people, it's page 163. Some people are made like the string of a kite, loose and free, like a bird riding the wind. I just remember when I first read that, I was jealous.
Ooh.
I was just like, can I be laid back? Can I not worry about stuff?
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Do you see that in your kids? Do you see, like, some of your kids being, like, more laid, one being laid back, one being...
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Ayla is... So we've said this since, honestly, I feel like day one. Ayla looks a little bit more like me. At least that's what people say. I see Travis, but I don't really know what I look like.
Well,
so,
rumor has it, I've heard rumor has it, that the kids turn out looking more like their father, like, through genetics. So then they stay, not saying that Travis wouldn't stay around or Jess wouldn't stay around, but so they stay around because they know it's their kid because it looks like them.
Oh.
That's what I heard.
Wild.
Rumor has it.
How'd you hear that?
I don't know where I heard it, but I heard that that's like for the first so many years of the kid's life, they look more like the father until they get older.
Oh, yeah, I see Travis, but she acts like Travis. So everybody says she looks like me. Like I said, I don't know what I look like, but she acts like Travis. She's so laid back. Everything's just...
Like, hey, could you pick up your toys?
Yeah, no, she's laid back. She's good at everything. She's a stubborn little pistol, which is also very much like her father. Sam looks like Travis. He's a little twin of Travis, but he is uptight as can be.
That's
like
good,
me.
though. He likes things like certain ways.
He is a little worrywart. If he stubs his toe on literally nothing, he's running up to us for us to validate the fact that he's hurt.
Oh, yes.
And he's just stressed about everything. And he has to have his little kitty no matter where we are.
Does he have a stuffed toy kitty? Or?
Yeah, he's got a little kitty. There are actually two in case one is left behind. We have another.
Oh, thank God. I feel like there was a bad experience there, and you said never again.
Yeah. So, but Ayla's loose. Ayla is just like super, just whatever. She's got like the best outlook on life so far. Ham is so stinking cute. He's always happy, but he's just always like...
He's articulate.
Skeptical. Yeah. So, I definitely see it in the kids. But...
So do you think you could carry this into your life? And if so, how? Like, do you think there's one... If you had to choose, like, one thing from this book that you learned and then you're like, wow, I want to carry this into my life?
I think it's what we just talked about. I think I would like to be... I think some things, I'm just going to, like, let it go. You know?
I mean, we got one life
But it's going to take practice, that's for sure.
Yes.
Because it's been 31 years for me, and I haven't quite mastered that.
Don't worry, Lindsay. I haven't either. And,
we'll get there.
Yeah, if anything, it's just, yeah, I think there was a lot of, I mean, I'm sure she wrote some of these poems in a sad place.
For sure.
But there's a lot of confidence here,
Yeah. But I would definitely recommend reading it. Even if you're not into reading poetry, if it's not your thing, just try it out.
You can finish it in a night.
Yeah, nothing to lose. Try it out. Also, try this beer.
Yeah, did you change your mind on it?
Yeah, I didn't like my first sip. It wasn't when
I finished the whole can. I did like
Grab another one. There's more in the fridge.
Bro, I had to drive home.
Oh, that's right. But yeah, I would definitely recommend Chai Solstice from Anderson Valley Brewing Company. Refreshing, delicious. It's seasonal. You can get it July through September. So.
All right, guys. Oh, what are we reading next, dude?
It's her next. I feel like
book?
Should we switch it up? Should we do her next poetry book, or should we do her novel or her fiction that just came out?
What, the poems yet?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was fiction.
Yeah.
It's up to you, dude. I don't care. I chose this one.
All right. Let's do...
We gotta do poems yet? I haven't bought anything yet. Well, you bought the book.
I don't care. I'm still gonna read it.
Okay,
Let's do poems
Save
yet.
it. We'll probably read it again.
Yeah. Let's do... Because now that we read her poetry and prose, I want to try her novel. And
Poems,
see.
yeah. Okay.
All right.
So, when are we meeting next, bro?
To be determined.
This is a triggered question.
We're gonna meet every Monday. Whether or not we release a new podcast, TBD.
So we'll find out. Alright, guys, definitely check out the beer. Definitely check out the book. She's very awesome. She also has an Instagram, Twitter. What's on the back of the book?
At Lang Leav.
Leav, okay.
It's her last name's Leav.
Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, and Instagram. Definitely check her out.
Check her out. We love her. Get the beer. Have a good rest of the week. Bye.
Bye. Oh, wait. Follow us on Thirsty Readers. We have an Instagram.
And it's dope.
And we have a YouTube and a SoundCloud.
Bye.